Meeting to order, and if you'd call roll, please.
Sure. Vincent,
Here.
Silver,
Here.
Kurland,
Here.
Perry,
Here.
Klein,
Here.
Huber.
I am here. All right, so first I'd like to make a motion to appoint Thomas Post as a part-time firefighter paramedic. Is there a second?
Wilson?
Second.
Thank you. Chief Wilson, if you're there, I think you're muted now.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. That was me.
It's angry.
There you go,
Thank you.
unmuted, thanks.
All right, we're asking for the appointment tonight of two firefighters. The first one is Thomas Post. Thomas is from Dayton. He worked in Dayton Fire for 7 years. He then moved up here to Cleveland. He's a firefighter paramedic, and he's looking to get appointed tonight. And I'll hit you with a second one while I'm up here. Second one is Nathan Lashley. Nathan is a paramedic, or he's going to be a paramedic. He's an EMT right now. He does have his firefighting card, and he will have his paramedic card in. He will have his paramedic card in next month. So here they are. Stand on the green spots, I guess. Spots. This is, I don't know if you can see us all. This is Thomas and this is Nathan.
All right, great, thanks, Chief. So first, Anna, if you'd call roll on the appointment of Thomas Post.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry. Perry, did she say yes? Klein,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes. And then I'll make a motion to appoint Nathan Lashley as part-time firefighter EMT. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Brent. And I assume there's no more comment. And so Anna, if you would call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes, congratulations. Welcome aboard, Mayor.
All right, we're gonna do the oath of office. Anna, who gets which thing? Are they okay?
Fantastic.
Mike, where do you want me?
You guys want to move over a little bit because Nathan, you can't see him on the screen here.
Well, I thought that was because we got the pictures down the side. Okay, yeah, you don't need to see me. Okay. All right. Repeat after me. Raise your right hand. Look at me. Look at them. Look at me. I state your name.
I, Thomas Post, I, Nathan Lashley Bird,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the rules, regulations, and charter
the rules, regulations, and charter
of Orange Village,
of Orange Village,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as part-time firefighter and paramedic and EMT. Say paramedic, EMT, whichever
as
one.
part-time firefighter, paramedic, fire EMT,
Thank you. Of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations, welcome aboard. If anybody in the family wants to take pictures, you can go anywhere. A lot of your fellow officers are here to welcome you.
Congratulations.
All right. Congrats, and let's move on to police. So I'll make a motion to appoint John Blust as a part-time police officer. Chief Castrera. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to thank the officers from the Orange Police Department as well as the fire department that have shown up. And in particular, although you can't see him, Sergeant Mike Doublejack is here.
Oh, wonderful.
All three of these officers that I'm recommending for confirmation tonight have worked with us. They're happen to all be part-time officers with the Glen Willow Police Department and have worked with us for a few years up at Pinecrest. So we're very, very familiar with these officers and their ability to do the job. For John Bloss, he grew up in Twinsburg, Ohio, and still lived there with his wife Angela and his two boys who are also here. John, 13 and 8 and 11. John graduated from Twinsburg High School and has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from the Kent State University. He currently works full-time as a special agent for the State Bureau of Workers' Compensation for the last 15 years and as a police officer with the Glen Willow Police Department for the past 7 years. His hobbies include traveling to Florida, fishing, and being with friends and family.
And he's coming up so you can lay eyes on him.
All right, thanks. Anna, if you'd call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes, congratulations, welcome aboard. I'll next make a motion to appoint Timothy Lloyd as a part-time police officer. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chief.
Hey, Officer Lloyd grew up in the city of Cleveland and currently lives in Aurora with his lovely wife, Rolanda. They're considered empty nesters, but you know, the kids always come back once in a while. He has 3 children, Sade, who's 24, and the twins, Timothy and Tamia. He graduated from Cleveland South High School, attended Tri-C, and graduated from the Tri-C Cleveland Heights Police Academy in 1999. He works as a full-time narcotics detective currently assigned with the FBI. He's a full-time officer with the RTA Police Department. He's been a detective there for 15 years, 24 years full as a police officer. His hobbies include spending time with family and friends, fishing and traveling. Tim?
Checks.
I don't worry about that.
I think you can stand on any of them.
So everybody knows who Officer Lloyd is.
Great, thanks, Chief. Anna, if you call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Enthusiastic, yes.
Duber.
Yes,
Yeah.
congratulations. Sorry that you're not at RTA anymore. I know that's such a wonderful place to work.
Thank you. Just, you know, he's still fully involved with RTA. He's just on the task force.
All right, and I'll make a motion to appoint Kenneth Melvin as a part-time police officer.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get Ken up here. You can do it with him. Come on up, Ken, so they can see you a little bit longer. They've only got a snapshot, Tim. That's how you fit into the screen here. These things as much. Ken Melvin grew up in Madison, Ohio, and currently lives in Hudson with his lovely wife Carrie, who's here, and 3 wonderful boys: Colin 10, Connor 7, and Carson 5. Before joining Orange Village, Ken worked as the Glen Willow Police Department for 12 years. Ken currently is a full-time special education teacher in the Willoughby East Lake School District. He's been there for 20 years, has a bachelor's degree in education from Kent State University, and a master's degree in educational administration from Merceland College. His hobbies include being outdoors and spending time with his family.
Great, thanks. Anna, if you'd call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes, congratulations to everybody. Welcome aboard. Mayor, if you want to swear him in.
I'm out of the way. You guys got to squeeze in here.
Yeah.
Keep your hand over the seat.
Oh, there we go.
All right. If you want to take a picture, you can go any vantage point you want. You know, walk around if you want. You ready? Okay. I've done this before, huh? Just what to do. I state your name.
I, John Bloss,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the rules, regulations,
the rules,
I'm sorry, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, have that in too.
Constitution of the State of Ohio,
The rules, regulations, and charter
the rules, regulations, and charter
of Orange Village,
of Orange Village,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a part-time patrol officer of Orange Village,
as a part-time patrol officer of Orange Village,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. Thank you so much. I'll give this to you. I'm proud for you to wear. Okay, John. Timothy, you're 26. And Kenneth, you are 21. Wear those proudly.
Thank you.
What a great group of new officers we have.
Congratulations, everybody in your family.
Congratulations to all, and what a great group of new officers we have for our village.
Even though none of them are named Mike. What? Changing the balance.
Hey, you got to break the mold.
A little under the weather, Judd?
Real under the weather.
Okay. COVID or just cold?
It's a cold and altitude sickness.
Oh. No good. Well, I hope you feel better soon. All right. Let's move on to, I'll make a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of June 1st, 2022.
I'll second.
Thank you. Anybody have any comments on it? All right, if not, Hannah, if you'd call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kerwin,
Yes.
Perry,
Abstain.
Oh,
Klein,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes. I will make a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of June 8th, 2022. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All right, if you'd call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kerwin,
Yes.
Perry,
Abstain.
Klein,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes. Audience comments relating to agenda items only. Is there anybody? Okay, if there's no one, move on to ordinance 2022-4 as amended, declaring improvements to real property within Orange Village, Ohio to be a public purpose, exempting such improvements from real property taxation, requiring the owners of the property to make service payments in lieu of real property taxes, establishing an urban redevelopment tax increment equivalent fund for the deposit of service payments, making related authorizations pursuant to Ohio Revised Code sections 5709.41, 0.42, 0.43, and 5709.83, and declaring an emergency. This is on for third reading. I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there anything additional on this from prior iterations or anything? Nothing, I don't think. Anybody have questions for anyone?
So is this kind of the last step that's
Oh.
needed to move forward with RH Mansion,
yes,
from our standpoint at least?
yes. Trice? Can you say yes too?
Yes.
Good work, Price.
So what happens after this then?
There have been people, they've already submitted plans for foundations and there's some plans under review already.
All of the necessary substantive negotiations among various parties, including the developer, the city of Warrensville Heights, the school district, have been completed and completed favorably to the village's role in this project. The economic development agreement that was authorized back in March has been executed. The compensation agreement that follows the lines that were initially drawn for how TIF revenue and other revenues, including from the JED, would be managed, have been worked out. Those are consistent with previous discussions. So upon the passage of this ordinance, the compensation agreement will be executed, the TIF will have been effectuated, and everything can proceed.
The next step from our standpoint will be when it's at planning and zoning, I suppose. I mean, behind the scenes, it's going on.
Do they have a anticipated date of when construction could start at this point?
I don't know. I can
Too
ask.
premature.
I don't know.
Any other questions, comments? All right. Anna, if you call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. I will make a motion, pass ordinance 2022-9, ordinance amending chapter 1377, comprehensive stormwater management of the codified ordinances of Orange Village and repealing certain ordinances. This is on the third reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks. Any additional comments?
As you probably are aware, Brandon, I sent in what I call a friendly amendment to include in this section as one of the whereases. And I would like that to be included with this ordinance.
Was this sent to me?
Yeah,
Yeah, why don't you make an amendment by reading what you want? You know, make a-
And I apologize, Jed. I don't, when was this sent to me?
actually, I sent it twice, but I sent
Yeah.
it yesterday and I sent it last week.
And then it was responded that,
You sent it to me?
I
yeah,
sent it
you were
to
on
you.
it.
You were the copy on it. So I'll read it.
Okay, I apologize. I don't see it. I don't know where.
Let me read the,
Go ahead.
see, where is it here? 22. Hang on a minute.
Do this in the form of a motion.
Yeah. Okay. Just bringing it up. Okay. I'd like to move as a motion to adopt a friendly amendment as follows. Whereas Orange Village has developed and produced the Orange Goes Green certification. Hang on a minute. Program, the OGGCP, to promote sustainable development, protect local resources, enhance property values, reduce community carbon footprint, and increase biodiversity through the application of the Orange Goes Green certification program guidelines. Orange Village encourages and contributes to a stormwater management program, and that would move the whereas.
This has been reviewed by Brian Mader. He's fine with it. It's just a whereas, it doesn't change the content.
Steve, no problems either.
It has no legal importance.
All right. Did you make a motion, Joe?
I did.
Okay,
Motion
I'll
to-
second his motion.
all right. And if you want to call roll on that, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Perry. What did she say? Why do I have? Sorry, Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. Jed, I apologize for not seeing that. I'm looking now. I see that it showed up in my Orange Village email, but usually that stuff forwards to my other ones. So, but it didn't for whatever reason. So,
I'm sorry.
no. I'm saying I'm sorry. I wasn't ignoring what you were doing. So I just want to make sure you know that.
As long as we get it in, it's fine.
It's in. So, all right.
Steve will revise the ordinance. Now you have to vote as amended.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
Anna has
I'm
it.
just-
She can just insert that into the into the preamble.
Yeah. So, I made a motion, somebody seconded, right? So, any other comments on it? All right, let's call roll then, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
yes,
Harry,
yes,
Klein,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes. All right, moving on to ordinance 2022-10, an ordinance amending chapter 1378 of the codified ordinances of Orange Village, applicable to erosion sediment control and repealing certain ordinances. It's not for third reading. I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
second,
Thank you.
Same comment as from 2209. I would like to,
Instead of a motion, Steve, can I just go ahead and say this is added in? So make life
Steve
easier
would
here.
do
for
it at your
everybody.
direction, Brandon.
Yeah, so why don't we just add that in? You want to add that into what, to 10,
yeah,
to 11?
no,
and
not for 11. Doesn't need to go.
10?
Just
Okay,
text.
okay. So let's add that into there and then, so I made a motion, I think Amanda, you seconded, right? With Joe's amendment in there. Any other comments? All right, if you would call roll, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
yes,
Perry,
yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
I have to interrupt this meeting for a minute. Sit down. Here's Sergeant Doublejack, everybody. Looking pretty good, huh?
Oh, wow.
great.
No, he's back. You look
He's
great.
not back.
Well, he's there. He's somewhere,
Yeah. He's still working on getting all better.
Yep.
but you look great.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
see you,
everything.
Mike.
Yeah, good to see you. Thank you.
Keep getting better.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Go get a beer with everybody else.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You too.
Let me know.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry, this whereas clause is to be added to 2022-9, 10, and 12?
No.
No, just
9 and 10.
just 9 and 10.
Just
9 and
9 and
10.
10.
Thank you.
All right.
11 will stand as it is.
All right.
Okay.
So moving on, ordinance 2022-11, ordinance renaming and amending chapter 914 of the codified ordinance of Orange Village, applicable to storm sewer system regulations and repealing certain ordinances. This is on for third reading. I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you. Comments, anyone? Okay, if you call roll, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
yes,
Perry,
Yes,
Klein,
yes,
Zuber.
Yep. Ordinance 2022-12, an ordinance levying special assessments for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, improving, installing, equipping, operating, and maintaining a recreational trail within the village. For third reading, I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
second,
Thank you. Questions, comments, concerns, discussion, anything? All right.
I
Anna.
have a quick
Oh,
question. Is this
yes.
the Orangewood Trail? Which trail is this?
This is all of it.
Oh,
It's the 5 million plus the financials cost. It's
I
it's
thought-
the whole thing.
okay.
Any other questions? All right. And if you call roll, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
yes,
Perry,
Yes,
Klein,
yes,
Zuber.
Yes. Moving on to ordinance 2022-13. Authorizing the issuance of bonds in the amount of not to exceed $5,525,000 in anticipation of the levy and collection of special assessments for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving a recreational trail within Orange Village, together with all necessary and proper appurtenances, authorizing and approving related matters and declaring an emergency. This is on for third reading. I will make a motion. Is there a second?
second,
All right, comments? All right. Anna, if you call roll, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Berlin,
yes,
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes,
Can I say something on the next one?
sure. Ordinance 2022-14, an ordinance providing compensation for certain village employees, repealing certain ordinances and declaring an emergency. This is on for first reading.
The administration is asking if you will suspend and pass. Tonight would be ideal, perfect. Next week would be doable. But all this ordinance does, it repeats everything we passed before and adds back a job category that we took out. We took out finance administrator because I put Kathy Cups in as assistant treasurer, but we took out the finance as a choice. We don't have an assistant treasurer anymore, and we're not hiring one now. We are hiring a finance administrator. In fact, Dan Ding, who has been here part-time for a while, is moving into the full-time finance administrator job. And what this does is put that back as an option, and we'd like to get started. Steve, Dana?
Mayor, you said it well.
Okay.
I move
Council
for,
has the authority to determine the size of departments and that sort of thing. And it's like the situation where you have in the police department a certain number of lieutenants or sergeants or whatever. Here you have the authority for assistant treasurer, but this is replacing the finance administrator so that the mayor can place somebody in that position.
Is this the same salary range that it was previously at?
Yes.
I will move for suspension.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll second it. And if you call roll on suspension, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Berlin,
yes,
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. And I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 2022-14. Second,
second,
thanks. Any other comments? Okay, and if you call roll, please.
Vincent,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Kerlin,
yes,
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Dan Ding will start full-time as soon as that's effective.
I do have to comment that this is the most flattering view I've ever seen of Chief Wilson before.
I just texted him. Brandon.
I love
"Great
your thighs
legs."
and all, but
I just texted him that he had great legs.
His head looks miniature from that angle also.
I can't wait till that's like the picture in the newspaper on like comments.
Did you hear that, Ed?
I'll
Ed, did you
screenshot
capture
that one.
that?
Did you get that one, Ed? Do
One
that.
city back to another city.
All right. Mayor, audience comments. There's no audience. So, Mayor, comments.
I do have a number of comments tonight. They're not here anymore, but I do want to congratulate the new hires. We have had the good fortune of having some very quality candidates, and we will next week have one definitely, possibly two, but one definite full-time police officer. And it's great to have them on board. I'm reminding everyone that Party in the Park is next Saturday, 1 and a half weeks away. It begins at 6:00 p.m. and it will end with a fabulous fireworks display. If there's the event will go on rain or shine. If we have to cancel fireworks, there will be a rain date rescheduled. Next week, there's going to be a public hearing for 2 variances that I'm sure Judd's going to talk about in his planning and zoning report, but we weighed in on them last night. The Kiwanis rummage sale that I'm probably taking away from Stacy is July 14th, 15th, and 16th. Our community-wide garage sale last week was a very big success once again, and it does a great job getting that going. Branch chipping begins a week from Monday, July 18th. Have your branches out by 7 a.m. I may have to repeat this next week, Anna. Our concrete bid had no bidders. Not one person submitted a bid on our concrete program for this year. Zugan and Brian are figuring out what to do or what options we have, and I don't think there's a conclusion yet, right, Bob?
That's correct. We're waiting for feedback from a couple of the contractors and see what we need to do to move forward.
All right, the final thing I want to say tonight is I want to update you guys all in one place what I've been saying around the village for the last month or so. I've been to the Stonebrook, Landerwood Glen, and Orangewood Homeowners Association meetings with Chief Castor in attendance and other places. And this is what I have been telling our residents. It's a sobering message, but we're going to get on top of it. In January, I'm reading now from the preamble to a grant application that we submitted. In January of 2020, we experienced the beginning of a global pandemic that has forever changed the world we live in. In Orange Village, Ohio, we have experienced a large increase in violent crime and call volume across the board since the pandemic. Prior to January 27th, 2020, now that's a magic date. The government gave us that date. And January 27th, we were 819 days past that when we wrote this. So they asked us to go back the previous 819 days and compare the same time periods. So prior to January 27th, 2020, the Orange Village Police Department has never had an officer injured in the line of duty due to violent crime or experienced an officer-involved shooting. We never had that before either. Since January 27th, 2020, we have experienced both, leaving 3 Orange Village officers lucky to be alive after literal fights for their life. This is all happening within our Orange Place business district. This is not Pinecrest. This is the hotels and restaurants. This is all along Orange Place, which is made up, as you know, retail, hotels, dining, and that's where it's been effective. Prior to January 27th, 2020, our agency had only charged 1 person with attempted murder. That incident occurred less than 1 week before January 27th, 2020 on Orange Place. Since January 27th, 2020, we have charged more individuals with crimes of violence or crimes related to firearms than at any other time period in the department's history. And this included attempted aggravated murder of a police officer. The Orange Village Police Department conducted a review of all police reports during those same days before the pandemic date of January 27th and the same period of time after that. And these 2 reviews have shown a significant increase in crime. Since January 27th, 2020, the Orange Village Police Department has taken 81 firearms off the streets. That's an increase of 523% compared to the same time period prior to the pandemic date. Reports related to disturbances have increased by 63% and stolen vehicles by 333%. And those vehicles have often been used to commit violent crime. We know 2 of them were bank robbers and a 3rd one was the killer of the car belonging to the killer of the Cleveland police officer. Finally, reports related to resistance toward police, including charges of resisting arrest, obstructing official business, and fleeing and eluding, have increased by 162%. Based on this review, we have obviously concluded that violent crime has increased due to the COVID-19 pandemic, or since that date. I have my own theory why the world's fallen apart, but that's the date we're using as the comparison. In response to this significant increase of crime, you have just taken the first step in what is our plan to increase the staffing of the Orange Village Police Department. We have picked up 3 part-timers. We are getting 2 or 3 more full-timers. And you have heard me talk about Safety Forces Levy. Well, Dana has done a very good job scrutinizing our budget and finding the resources to immediately hire this staff and sustain it for a while. So we can methodically and slowly, over the course of the next year, work towards a fire and safety forces levy on the ballot in November 2023. These two things are interconnected because this building is 28 or 29 years old. And when we built it, for example, we did not have firemen on duty. They came in from home when there was a call. We have taken a tool room and converted it into a small co-ed dorm. But clearly over the 27 years that needs have changed, and no one knows this better than the judge who's been doing facility study for us. And the police department, you hire more police officers, which there's no question we need, but then you need more lockers, you need more cars, you need more equipment, you need more everything. Just the guns alone, when I tell you how many guns were taken off, Chief Costura will tell you that in his 41 years prior to that date, they've taken more guns in the last 2 years than they did in the 41 years prior. They need a bigger evidence room. So we can talk about that over the course of the next year. And we will identify for you, especially when we do the budget amendment, where these resources are. But I'll just tell you very quickly, we had $1 million surplus last year. That's, that's the first use. That represents income over expenses. Well, we need to put it in towards safety. We also have our American Rescue Act funds, $375,000. That's a one-time thing, but we feel that we will sustain this and see how it goes. And we have now the time to methodically plan for the future. It's my commitment to make sure the police and fire department are resourced as they need for the next 25 years. It's my comments.
Mayor? I don't think that I have any comments.
Yes, you have to talk about dates for the interviews.
Oh, I lied. I do have comments, tons of comments. So to fill Alan's spot, first thing, we are having applications due by the 22nd of July. Is that right, Anna? So what we decided?
21st?
27th of July,
The what?
27th.
27th?
Did I put the wrong date?
You did.
It went to print. Too late.
It's already.
Doesn't matter. It's the 27th now, I guess.
Well, I didn't know how long it was going to take at the printer, so I just want to make sure we gave people time. They didn't even get them yet, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's going to be less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
And we'll put it on our website. Is there an e-blast or something that we're doing for
Yep.
that? Okay.
There'll be one next week.
Okay. So the 27th is the date for that. Let me move that. All right. And then let's see here. So we have 45 days from next Wednesday. Is that right, Steve?
Yes.
So, obviously I don't want to wait till the last minute. So let's look at interview dates, maybe starting the week. Let me see so that's 1, 2.
In case it helps, the first Tuesday of the month, planning and zoning's canceled. So that opens up another night.
Okay. So I was thinking either the week of August. So if we did the week of August 1st, we could do.
Is that
I'm
enough time though?
I'm on vacation pretty much that whole week.
You're gone that whole week?
Yeah.
I'm gone the next week. I've got college drop-offs.
Okay, well, it's
August-
gonna be one of
August
those 2
1st.
weeks, guys, so we gotta figure out a way to do this.
I could do Monday, August 1st. I leave the next morning.
I can do the first.
And then what?
Part of the question is, are we Zooming or are we in person?
I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet. And if by some chance, I would probably prefer to do that in person, to be quite honest. But we can do whatever. What does everybody want to do?
I'd rather be in person.
Yeah, I think for interviews, that's important to.
I would agree.
What's that?
I would agree.
Okay.
Important to be face to face.
So, all right, so wait, when, you're leaving when, Brent, the second?
I leave the morning of the 2nd, so I could make August 1st if I.
First doesn't really work for me, but, okay, let's see, what other dates are there? So you're back when?
I'm back the evening of the 8th.
I'm out of town the 8th and 9th.
Okay, you're out on the 8th and 9th, and Stacy, did you say you're out too, somewhere? Hello, Stacy? Vincent?
Sorry, I glitched for a minute. I didn't hear. I
Oh,
heard
Did you say, when, are you out of town somewhere too?
the 8th is next week.
That whole week?
Probably. I'm waiting to hear about an official drop-off date. I can do the 15th or 16th, but we get close then.
Too late, isn't it?
When's
Okay.
45 days?
When is 45 days? Let's do that.
That's okay.
The
That's only-
14th, I think.
That's only like in the 30s, days 30 something.
So what is it? What is it? The 13th is the day that we start here, I think, right?
The 13th is what?
It's 45 days from the 13th.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So, it's August 31st is 45 days.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So-
won't give you guys a hard time if you're late on it. I won't usurp.
No, I'm,
Okay.
okay, so we have time. So okay, what about the week of the 15th? Is everybody
15th
in
15th
town?
is great.
The week of the 15th is good for you. Stacy, Amanda,
Not-
you're nodding.
Not the whole week, just the 15th or 16th I could do.
I can't deal with your calendar.
All right. It's
This
college
is not
drop off. I've got
Stacy
two this
show.
year.
Wait, what? So you have one day in August?
15, 16. No, I'm good the whole
Only
week,
2
the whole
days in
first
all
week,
of
but Brent
August?
isn't. I'm good the whole first week.
Okay, so let's start with this. What about the 16th?
Planning and zoning.
Just 16th is planning and zoning for the mayor.
Okay.
Is the
17th?
fifth? I'm gone. I could do the 17th.
What? I'm good from like 6 o'clock on the 17th.
Okay. All right, so the 17th, so far we got Brent, Amanda,
I'm good.
Lisa, Stacy,
I can do the 17th.
Judd?
It's dicey, but I can.
Yeah, Judd, yeah,
Yes.
okay. 17th it is. All right, so let's do interviews on the 17th. Let's, before we figure out what time, why don't we see how many applicants we have?
Okay.
So if everybody can,
We're meeting 3 times between now and then.
what's that? Yeah. Putting it on my calendar here so that there's, all right, everybody put it on the calendar. All right, let's see how many, and Brent, you said 6 or later for you?
I have something from 5 to 6. It's like meet the
Okay,
teacher.
so
like
like 6:30 or 7.
Yes, 6:15.
Let's see how, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Let's see when the 27th, so on the meeting on the 3rd, let's see how many people apply. And then
Good idea.
if we need to change things around, we can do that. Okay? But let's plan on the 17th for interviews. If there's, 20 applicants, then, we'll figure it out. If there's 3, it's easy. So, does that work with everybody?
Works for me.
I'll make it work.
It works for you, it works for me. All right. Cool. All right.
What, Missy?
Accomplish something. So, all right. Those are all my comments. So, Lisa, comments.
Actually, I have no comments tonight.
All right. Who's next? Brent?
Yes. Stacy and I have kind of started discussions on Orange for the holidays for 2022. And the first thing we want to do, and this is kind of where we are right now, is we're kind of reaching out to the businesses that have participated the last couple of years to see what kind of response they got, particularly last year, how many certificates were actually redeemed. And we're working with Jessie from Pinecrest as well. She's kind of reaching out to some of the businesses there. You know, we started this in 2020 as a
Okay.
way to just kind of drum up some business for
Sure.
businesses that were struggling at the time, because this was, you know, at the height of the pandemic. And I'm not sure that's really needed at this time. So we're just, so that's where we stand right now.
It was a
Not sure I
nice
have an
little
update.
thing for the residents, though.
What's that?
It was a nice little thing to send to
It
a
was.
resident.
It was. We're just not sure the kind of response we've gotten last year in particular. So once
Do you
we
have
get
any
that, we'll
idea,
see if we
Anna?
want to.
And did you hear back on the coupons?
We've asked, I mean, some of them, one of the businesses that I called had received, he said over 70, which is amazing. And then there are other ones that didn't receive any back, but we're still very supportive of the program. So I think everybody wants to be involved in some way, shape or form. It's just the best way to move forward. Our initial setup was because the businesses were struggling a few years back and we wanted to bring more business in locally. So it worked out for both sides. So the question is what we can do to make it most effective on both sides in the coming year.
Yeah, so once we get some more feedback from the businesses and from Pinecrest, we'll decide if we want to move forward with it in the same format, or if we want to reimage it somehow, do something different. So stay tuned for that. And that is all that I had.
Right, thank you. Amanda, I don't remember the order anymore. You can go next.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say this time. Thank you.
All right, thanks. It's really weird. You can't tell that you're petting a dog right now, but it's kind of funny. There you go. Stacy or Judd. Sorry, I was gonna ruin your.
Okay, Stacy could go before me.
No. We're not gonna mess Stacy up like that. Judd, all you.
Okay, Planning Commission met last night. There were several items on the agenda, two of which will be coming before council in the form of variances for the Lakes of Orange Phase 7. One is a variance for a setback allowance to alternate to enable them to alternate the offsets on the buildings. It was approved and recommended for approval by the Planning Commission to council. And the second one is a riparian setback, which basically is a landscape requirement in a drainage area in order for the developer to properly grade the sites and maintain reasonable slopes behind the several of the residences on a couple of the properties. In the end, those riparian areas will be restored once the grading has been completed. So those two items will be coming before council in the form of a recommendation for approval of the variance. And the other items that were on the agenda last night was a swimming pool on Beacon Hill and a new direction finding, wayfinding signage for Pinecrest, which includes electronic reader boards to enable people to find the stores that they want to shop in.
I hope the swimming pool was approved because it got delivered yesterday to their backyard.
Well,
Got approved.
it got approved.
Pool arrived already?
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my God, what if we hadn't approved it?
They could still have the pool in their backyard. They just couldn't put it in. So that's all I have for right now. And hopefully I'll get rid of this cold by the time I get back to Cleveland.
Right. Feel better.
Thanks.
Where are you, by the way? Are you in the Badlands since you have the Badlands behind you?
Yeah, well, no, that was earlier in the week. Right now I'm sitting in a hotel in Salt Lake City.
Did you stop at Wall Drug?
We did. I even had a bison burger and Wall Drug.
I used to work for the Waldrug family, like when I was a lawyer in Colorado, actually. It was Husted, and it's Husted's Waldrug.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Anyways, we'll have a safe trip back. Feel better.
Thanks.
Stacy, your turn.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to all the new hires. I hope everyone had all those nice holiday celebrations in June. I had the wonderful opportunity to attend Woodmere Village's Juneteenth celebration. It had a great turnout. It was perfect weather, really great commemorative and celebratory event. We talked about Orange for the Holidays, so I'll skip that. Orange Schools update goes as follows. OHS Problem Solvers team competed in June at the international competition at UMass, placed third in the world. So congratulations to all on that team. For those getting excited about football season, strange as it may sound, it starts in 1 month. The board approved bleacher railings for the steep and often icy home side stands. Those will hopefully be in by mid-season. The BOE Board of Ed also approved a number of security cameras to be installed around campus, including the high school stadium, middle school, and Pepper Pike Learning Center. The renovations are continuing. If you drive by Chagrin, you'll see a new front at the front of the high school. And all renovations are still expected to be completed on time by the start of the school year, with a small exception of lockers that will be coming in a little bit late. The band, choir, and orchestra will be making a return to Disney World in the spring of 2023. So everyone's getting excited about that. And district went to print the printer at the end of last week. They will be mailed out to the families of Orange School students at the end of this month. Additional copies will be provided to Anna if anyone wants to pick them up at Orange Village Hall and central office. The next Board of Ed meeting is July 11th, and I believe that's the only one for July. I'm getting an unstable connection, so I hope you guys can still hear me. Yes, Mayor Kathy did mention Kiwanis. I happened to be there helping them to sort last weekend. There are lots and lots of great treasures. So check it out. It's just that one weekend this year. So make sure you support them so that they can support the schools and the community. And last but not least, I wanted to share an experience I had this past weekend. I happened to be at Pinecrest with my older son, and following a movie at Silver Spot, we went over to Grader's to get some ice cream. And I overheard a couple talking with the people working at the ice cream store about how much they enjoyed Pinecrest and coming to Grader's. Apparently they do it on a daily basis. We started chatting for a little bit, and I found out the woman hails from Toronto and moved into the condos at Pinecrest about a month ago.
Apartments.
The apartments. And she said she just loves living in Pinecrest. Everybody has been so friendly and welcoming. When I mentioned that I was on Orange Council, she said, please, please, please make sure you go back to the council and the mayor and tell them how much we love living in Orange Village. We love being here. Everybody is so welcoming and friendly. And she wanted to thank all on council and the mayor and all involved for making Orange Village such a wonderful place to live. That's a direct quote. So that was
welcome.
I thought, what?
She's
Well,
welcome.
I didn't hear you. Yeah. Oh, when I see her again, I'll tell her when I see her Graders. So anyway, I just thought that was a really nice thing. So just wanted to share it. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, with that, I will make well, we don't have to make a motion to adjourn. We can just adjourn. So good night.
Good night.
I will see you all next week.
See you next week.
Safe